provision in cap and tax where you cannot have a wood-burning stove. You can't have one. And many people in the outlying areas of your district use those. And you know, so you have been in the Fletcher administration. You know how vicious the Democratic machine is in this state to come after you. And if you're a nice guy, you're not going to win this election. I mean, I'm telling you some blunt things, Andy, and I'm all for you, but it's going to be a very vicious campaign. But if you can link him, and that's all you have to do, is link him to Barack Obama and Nancy Pelosi, and you spend some of your money to get John Bonner in here and challenge him to get Nancy Pelosi, and just, if you don't do some of those things, you're going to lose. Ernie Fletcher was a super nice guy. He just got railroaded, and then there was no outlet to where he could reply back as a Democratic Party can in the two major papers. Well, if you do those things, I think you'll be okay, Andy.
There you go, Andy. Some campaign strategy.
Well, thanks for the advice. And
strategy.
I would say that John Boehner is more in step with the people of Central Kentucky than Nancy Pelosi.
Okay. All right. Short break. Back to the phones. Andy Barr running against Ben Chandler for the 6th District congressional seat. Andy, Republican. Of course, Ben Chandler, a Democrat. Andy Barr is with us, running for Congress against Democrat Ben Chandler. Barr, of course, a Republican. And as I said, internal polling. Now, of course, Chandler's internal polls show something maybe very different. But the Barr internal polls, campaign polls, show that say that there is just at this point a 7-point difference between the two candidates and their chances to win. So to the phones we go. This is Gary on the line. Good morning, Gary.
Good morning. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
I've got a question for your guest.
All right.
He mentioned something. He worded it in a way that I hear people word this all the time, and it really just gets on my nerves because no one is able to answer this. I support Israel biblically, the Israelites, but I don't support the current government of Israel because I just don't understand, all the deception and things that are going on over there. But can you name for me, beyond the biblically, how is Israel an ally to the United States, an important ally? Tell me what Israel does to be an important ally to the United States. Not biblically. Don't mention the Bible at all. Politically.
Well, Gary, thanks for the question. It's a critical question because the Middle East, as you know, is a very troubled place right now. It is the source of a lot of terrorism, and it threatens our national security. Of course, we all know that so well from 9/11 moving forward. But
we'll agree to disagree on that point.
Well, but what's happening, of course, over there with respect to Iran is very, very troubling. Iran is not far away from acquiring a nuclear weapon with a range that could not only hit targets, of course, our armed services that are serving in Iraq and Afghanistan, but allies like Israel. And Israel's an important...
But I think the question was, why is Israel why do we consider Israel such an ally?
Exactly.
What do they do for us?
Well, they're of course a force of democracy in a place in the world where you have what I would consider a dark place in the world where there's not a lot of freedom. There's not a lot of democracy. And of course, as Americans, we believe that the better way for human progress is freedom.
What about all the UN resolutions that they continuously break and have for years? And the human rights violations, war crimes.
Well,
they just go ignored by U.S. politicians, and they're covered up by so much of the media.
Well, Hillary, Secretary of State Hillary Clinton criticized them not long ago. President Obama started to, and then backed down. Now, I agree.
Politically, beyond they're not an ally.
Okay, but that's another show. I mean, why our support is so unwavering and so deep for Israel.
Well, but if you also look at the terrorism, we're told that they don't like our lifestyle and things like that, but it's actually because of our support of Israel.
That's right.
That's quite clear.
That's right. The Arabs,
I don't understand that.
Islamic world will tell you that. Okay, but that's another issue, and I want to get some more callers on here with more let's say, pragmatic questions here. This is, this is Dave. Good morning, Dave.
Good morning, ma'am. How you doing?
All right, thank you.
I have a question for Mr. Barr. I've been to a couple of tea parties, and I heard some good things that I thought were was good movement for the country. And I heard one thing about the fair tax, and I was just wondering whether Mr. Barr would support the fair tax if he was elected.
I think we need tax reform in this country.